Guys, today I have a Peachalani. This has been in my fridge for the longest time, but I actually haven't drinking it yet, and that's kind of criminal. Let's set it to the side for now. Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Lauren if you haven't met me yet. Guys, today I'm like feeling so low energy, unfortunately, so I'm hoping this caffeine is gonna kick it into high gear for me. Yo, guys, today's video I've been meaning to film for the past like 3 or 4 days now, and I just literally haven't had the time for it. And now that I'm finally like sitting down and I'm able to film it, I'm literally so excited, guys. Like, I love talking about books. My entire channel is dedicated to books. If you don't know, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I've been trying to post every week, at least once a week, a new book video for you guys, whether that be a reading vlog, talking about some favorite reads, recommendations, TBR videos, wrap-ups, all the vibes, you know what I mean? So today's video, we're gonna be finally talking about all the books I read in February, the second book of the year. And guys, given the fact that this month is only 28 days long, like, just as for February, why do they only get 28 days and all the others get 30 or 31? Like, that's kind of unfair. Who decided that, honestly? Like, genuinely, what is the reasoning behind it? I don't know. But, so we ended up reading how many books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 books this month, guys, but never fear, because 2 of those books were almost 800 pages. I think one of them was over 800 pages, actually, which is literally crazy work. So just keep that in mind. Like, pretty much, if you think about it that way, I read like 10. But yeah, I'm a little bit behind on my reading goal on my Goodreads, and it's kind of stressing me out, but it's also, I gotta realize, like, I'm reading these humongous books. Like, my average page number, I'm pretty sure, is like 800. Kind of crazy, but so without further ado, guys, let's get right on into today's video. The first book I read in February, and you guys might have already seen this if you watched my January reading wrap up, because I in fact started this book in January, okay? Like, I started it on what day? January 29th, okay? And it went on into the 9th of February, which seems like a long time, but guys, yeah, it's because that book was the second book in the Crescent City series. This is House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. Guys, you don't believe I'm finally getting through the Crescent City books, and like, look at that. I'm sorry, but like, that's absurd. How many pages is this? I think it's a little over 800. Yeah, a little over 800 pages. Absolutely crazy work. This book, guys, was literally so incredible. If you have not read the Crescent City series yet by Sarah J. Maas, what are you doing? Like, I feel like that series is so underrated. Honestly, everybody just thinks about ACOTAR or Throne of Glass, but honestly, this series, I know it's just like a trilogy. Maybe it's gonna be 4 books. Maybe, I honestly have no idea, just because I haven't finished it yet. And I try to kind of stay away from the spoilers and everything. I just kind of read them as I get to them. But literally, this is so underrated. Like, I can't actually believe how underrated this book series is. The first book, y'all know I read back in December. That was, what was it? House of Earth and Blood. That big red one over there. And guys, that one was incredible. That one was a 4-star, I believe. And this one actually went up a little bit. Like, can y'all believe this is a half-star higher? Almost a 5-star read. And guys, that's because, like, I was expecting this book to kind of be, you know, just kind of a repeat of the first book. These books are so long. I feel like there's only so much you could talk about. But honestly, no. The depth that these books get into, the story, the plotline, the characters, this book just took it a million steps further than the first one even did. And like, I'm so shocked by like just the world building that Sarah J. Maas is able to achieve in her writing style. It's so incredible, and I literally love her as an author so much. Like, we know Sarah J. Maas is a fantasy author, okay? We know ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, those are her kind of classic fantasy-esque, traditional fantasy style reads. But this one actually is an urban fantasy, if you haven't heard of it yet, meaning our characters live in a modern city. There's phones, they go out to clubs, there's like cars and boats and that kind of thing too. And so that's so unique, but there is also still that aspect of fantasy with the characters. We've got fae and magic systems and all this unique things. And guys, this story also is kind of like a murder mystery. You're kind of following that element in the background. Literally, when I tell you, like, the only thing for me that kind of took down a little bit of a star was the middle dragged a tiny bit. I feel like with these long books, it's really hard to not get the middle to drag, but overall, it was still so well done. Really well written. The ending was incredible, and I would a million times over recommend this series. And guys, give me motivation to read the third book. I actually kind of don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I've heard kind of some mixed reviews on it. Like, I remember whenever it came out a couple years ago, I think it was, people were kind of giving it mixed reviews. Like, some people thought it was boring and didn't expect the story to go where it went. Obviously, I didn't really know what they were talking about because I hadn't read the story for myself, and I still kind of don't, so give me motivation to read that one, because I'm a little bit scared it's gonna take a little downhill turn for the series, and I don't want that to happen because I literally love the series so much and the characters so good. I feel like this is already giving me energy, guys. Like, can y'all even tell? Caffeine. Also, like, we talk about the absurd amount of caffeine in these things. Like, it's like 200 milligrams, I'm pretty sure. That's like the equivalent of drinking like 4 coffees. Maybe. Honestly, I don't know, but I've heard that that's like a lot. Crazy work. And I don't even rely on coffee. Like, I don't drink it every day, so we're gonna see. Okay, then we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. This book right here, y'all. I'm pretty sure, let me make sure what I gave this rating as well. I gave it a 4-star. I really did enjoy it. Emily Henry's writing style, as usual, we know I love her writing style. The way this woman tells a story, the way with her themes and just the things these characters go through, the way she describes these like unoriginal experiences, like she describes everything in a way that's like, oh, I've definitely had that exact experience and thought of it in that exact way, and like just the human experience, the way she describes it. I don't even know if that makes sense. You just have to read it for yourself to understand, really. But this book follows Daphne and Miles. Daphne actually in the beginning of the story is a fiance to her engagee fiance Peter, when suddenly Peter breaks it off and tells her that he is actually in love with his best friend. What was her name? Petra. And Petra is Miles's girlfriend. So we've got kind of like a little bit of a messy situation going on. A little bit. This is a messy situation, you know what I mean? This is a seriously messy situation. So we've got kind of a swapping with the couples, and oh my gosh, like the only way I can describe this is messy, okay? And like, I don't know. Miles, our main male character, he kind of isn't my typical man I go for in a romance book. Like, he's very unique in his own way. He's also very real, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I want to read a story about like these magical made-up men. Like, I don't know. Miles, he kind of is going off the ledge a little bit. His life is falling apart, and honestly, I don't know that I really see him with Daphne. I feel like they pretty much got together just to like get back to Petra and Peter, and like that's not a spoiler, obviously. That's like right in the beginning of the book. Like, we know that it's their love story. Let me just see if I can describe it with this my review I left here on Goodreads. I said yada 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 about Emily Henry's writing style, amazing quotes, unoriginal experiences described in the most relatable way, family and relationship struggles, and an overall happy feeling left in my heart. However, the plot and the relationships are a bit messy. I'm not sure if I see them lasting together, if we're being honest. Very true. They really don't seem to go together in some ways. It is almost like no one is really certain about what they actually want. See? Yes, that's it for me. Like, it just seemed like kind of all over the place. Like, we're going back and forth. Peter is flipping back and forth. Petra's flipping back and forth. Everybody just like so unsure, and like, these are grown adults. Like, what are we doing, y'all? What are we actually doing here? So I don't know. I've heard this is so many people's like favorite book by Emily Henry, and I don't know. Like, I'm so conflicted on it still. It's memorable, but it's just not my favorite, if that makes sense. Thirdly, in the month of February, we read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Guys, I just noticed like all the books I've held up so far are literally blue. What? That's crazy. Guess it's a blue February. What can I say? What does that even mean? Okay, this book right here, I'm gonna try to describe in the most basic way, because I feel like with thrillers, you can only really say so much without like giving away important information. Like, I feel like these type of books, you should just go in without really knowing anything, honestly. This book follows our girl Millie. She is looking for a job. She's unable to find a job for reasons we later come to find out, and she comes across this household who is in need of a maid, the Winchester household. She then applies to become the maid for them. It's a live-in position, and she's working for Nina and Andrew Winchester. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say. We have, obviously, it's a thriller. We have a mystery plot line, plot twist. I really enjoyed it. I do enjoy a good Frida McFadden story. However, I will say this is the first Frida McFadden book that I did predict the ending to. I feel like personally this book was very predictable, just in the way it was written. I don't know, like, it was screaming very obvious to me. Like, everything about it, I was like, oh, I know just where this is going, and I did. And that, yeah, that to me kind of like really takes it down a notch. I ended up first giving it a 3.5. I said low-key predicted it, unfortunately, but it was still so good. Part 2 dropped me a bit, but part 1 was incredible. Yeah, that's true. Also, I forgot about that. This book is written into different parts, and as soon as we hit part 2, my momentum that I was building up in part 1 just fell flat. I was so uninvested with this. It's like we were revealed the plot twist like halfway through the book, and then I was like, okay, now what? I don't know. Yeah, and then I will say we watched the movie as well. Tyler, my fiance, watched it with me, and then he predicted the plot twist for that movie too before it occurred. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna knock it down to a 3-star actually, because I read The Inmate and The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, and both of those were much better plot twisted written books in my opinion. I just enjoyed them a lot more, but nevertheless, I mean, you might not predict the ending. I just did. I also read a lot of books, and I've read other books by Frida McFadden, so I kind of know the way she writes. I don't know. Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions. I'm curious. Guys, y'all want to know why I'm so tired today? Y'all want to know the story. Basically, I've had this Alani in my fridge for like 3 months, and I haven't drinking it because I've been trying to get myself off of Alani. Like, there's so much caffeine in those dang things, but last night, guys, I could not sleep like a wink. A literal wink, because let me just tell you, our air conditioner has gone out in our apartment, and where I live, it is a hot state. Like, we are burning up in here. and they have yet to get our air conditioner fixed, and I think we're about to sue them. So might be moving again coming soon, because yeah, basically I was roasting all night and I couldn't sleep. But anyway, let's continue on into this video. That's just the current situation. Anyway, the fourth book we read in the month of February was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is a YA fantasy book, a very like magical-esque, like carnival vibes. I don't really know how to describe it. It's very hard to describe the like atmosphere and vibes that this book has going on for it, but I don't know, I feel like there's a certain kind of audience that it really caters towards, and I don't know, it read extremely YA. I knew it was going to going in, like I really did, but it was very YA, it was very YA. The plot twist at the end was good. I don't know, it was good. I'm excited to see where the rest of the trilogy goes, simply because I really want to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, also by Stephanie Garber, and I knew that in order to read that series, you have to read the Caraval trilogy first, or else you'll basically be spoiled for the ending of the Caraval trilogy if you just go directly to that one. Honestly, looking back on it, I don't know that I really would have cared, but something in my mind, it just, I don't know if it's like the OCD in me or what, but like I could not read that series knowing I was gonna be spoiled for another. It just didn't sit right with me, so we definitely had to go with this one just for my peace of mind's sake. I feel like if you're either in like middle school or high school, probably older middle school, younger high school, you would really enjoy this book. It just definitely read a little bit younger for me, considering I am 22 and I'm about to graduate college. It just, I don't know. It was still really cute though. Basically, we have this magical kind of like carnival situation that is traveling across this fantasy country. We have these two sisters who it's been their dream all growing up to go travel and see this carnival because it doesn't come to their town. They just want to go to it. Our main character, Scarlett, she is writing the master of the Caraval carnival. His name is Legend. She writes him every year for like 7 years or something like that, asking if he can bring the carnival to their town. And then one day she gets a letter back in the mail with tickets for her and her sister and her +1 of her fiance to go play the carnival. And yeah, this carnival is kind of very hard to explain. We're basically trying to solve this mystery element. I'm not gonna say exactly what it is, but we're trying to solve this problem that they've been put into the game to fix, and then if they end up solving the problem and winning the game, they are granted a wish from Legend, the master of Caraval. And yeah, there's a little bit of that YA romance elements. There's a lot of mystery and magic. This book just feels very whimsical. Like that's the way I would describe it, honestly. Like I'm gonna put like a collage of like the vibes of this book because I can't even describe it. You just have to see it to really understand, and whenever you're reading it, you definitely feel that side coming out. But I read this book very quick, actually. I didn't say what I ended up rating it. What did I rate it? I think, yeah, just a 3. I didn't even give it a review. I mean, it was a solid little read, like a good little palate cleanser. Can't say I'm super excited to get into the second book, which is called Legend, but who knows, maybe that one will take it a step up, and we'll just have to see where it goes. Okay, then we have one more book for this month, but I think I'm actually gonna go through some of my March TBR after this, so stay tuned and don't leave yet. But guys, I'm actually still currently reading this book, and oh my gosh, it's literally like my current hyperfixation. Like I can't even think of anything else. I can't even move on. Like this book has me gripped on the edge of my seat. I can't even seriously think of anything else to move on throughout my day. It's consuming every part of my life. And that is Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh, the second book in the Boys of Tommen series. Guys, this book follows Johnny and Shannon, the second book in their story. Obviously, their story is the 13 books. We have Binding 13 and we have Keeping 13. So this is the end of Johnny and Shannon's story, guys. I'm currently about halfway. This is what I've read. And y'all can see, I don't even know if y'all can see that, but I've done some serious tabbing to this book so far because literally like these quotes, these characters' relationship. This is one of those books that, yet again, I could yap on it all day, but I also kind of want you guys to go in blind if you're gonna pick it up because that's kind of what I did. Like I knew it was a romance. It follows this group of friends that are in high school, and basically each one of these characters has their own kind of traumatic thing that they're going through, and the way that these characters stick up for each other and just like these themes of friendship and love, and like, oh my gosh, Johnny, our main character in this book, literally would do anything for Shannon. Like this man would die for her, and like these quotes from him, oh my gosh, they're incredible, guys. Like let me just even read some for you. If you don't want to read the quotes, you might skip ahead a little bit, but let's see. Oh my gosh, like yeah, no, I don't think, like I feel like you really have to read it to fully understand, but it says that from the very first day you walked into my life, you changed me. The very first time I saw you, you sparked to life something inside of me, and I haven't been the same since. And like you just have to know the context, guys. Like these characters are with each other through everything. Shannon has a very toxic home life going on, and then Johnny is kind of struggling with this injury injury he has. He's a rugby player and he's trying to get to where he can play rugby professionally, but this injury is holding him back. And the way these characters just see each other for who they are, they see them as so much more than like the trauma they've been through or their injury or their rugby or whatever else. It sounds so simple when explaining it, but just trust me in that you have to pick it up and just see for yourself what these stories hold, because it is so much deeper. And like, I think, who's number 6? Saving 6 and Redeeming 6 is who I'm gonna read next. I think that's Gypsy and Claire, and I'm so excited. We're getting hints as to what Gypsy's going through. Claire, not too sure yet, but I'm sure from just hearing off of everybody else's reviews of these books, I'm sure we're gonna uncover some serious things going on for them as well, and I literally can't wait. Like, I already know, I'm not even halfway through this book, and I already know that it's gonna be another 6-star read. Binding 13 was like literally 6-star series. I'm sorry, my current hyperfixation, as I've said. So yeah, those are all of the books we've read in February slash, like, obviously we're gonna finish Keeping 13 in the month of March, and then later I'll come back and update you guys what I thought about it, what I rated it, all the above, and then maybe, who knows, maybe I would have started the 3rd and 4th book in the series by then, and I can give even further updates. The only thing I can just tell you is to just pick it up. I don't even know. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the books I'm planning to read in March, because I'm just really excited for this reading month. It's a longer month, and I feel like I can really get to some good books this month. I'm really excited. Obviously, I had my TBR jar, pick my reads for the month of March, but I kind of want to go a little bit more in depth with my intentions behind those books, and then you guys can just stay tuned to see, after I actually have read them, my thoughts and feelings on them. So obviously, like I just said, we want to read Saving 6 and Redeeming 6, which is the 3rd and 4th book in The Boys of Tommen by Chloe Walsh. Let's actually read here. Oh my gosh, wait! This follows Joey and Aoife. Are you actually kidding me right now? Wait, yeah, because Redeeming 6 just came out. Or did it? No? Was it Saving? Taming? Whatever the one. What's 10? Who's 10? I don't know. But guys, this book's a little bit shorter actually, so maybe we'll be able to get through it. It's a little bit under 500 pages. And guys, hearing about the trauma that Joey's going through, I just know this book's gonna go crazy and hit so hard, like crazy work. I also would love to finally pick up Twisted Games by Anna Huang, as well as the rest of the Twisted series by her, because I really want to read the Kings of whatever it is series. The first book is King of Wrath by Anna Huang, and I've heard that you have to read the Twisted series first. Guys, I read Twisted Love and I love that book. It was so good. Like, I've actually heard so many people hate it and got the ick off of it, and that the rest of the series is even better. So if I liked the first one, could y'all imagine how much I'm gonna like the second and rest of the books in the series? Like, actually crazy. This book follows a princess in the friend group, and she's secretly in love with her bodyguard, but it's kind of a situation because she has kind of an arranged marriage to another prince to kind of like align the families politically, and that just is so messy, and I love a messy story. Cannot wait to see where this goes. And then, like I said, I just recently finished Caraval, the first book in, I think it's literally the Caraval trilogy. This is Legendary, the second book, and this one is a teeny bit longer than the first one. But yeah, like I said, I want to wrap this series up. That way I can get onto the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. So this one is kind of high on the TBR as well. And then y'all know I've been reading the Lightlark series by, who is this? Alex Astor. I recently finished Skyshade by her, and I really want to get into the rest of that series. I think, I don't even know, it's like Windshade, some window pane, something just came out recently, and it's only in hardcover, so I'll have to wait on it to come out in paperback first. But I want to read Grim and Oro, which is the story from the two guys' perspective. This is the Love Triangle series, if you don't know. Fantasy, romantasy series. And I've heard that in the book that she just came out with, that we finally get a resolution to the love triangle, and there's one right answer, guys. There's one right answer. So hopefully that month I can either read those on Kindle if they're on there, or I don't even know, because I just need to figure out the answer to this love triangle. Like, I seriously do. It's in the back of my mind always. But yeah, other than that, we're just kind of continuing to get through series I'm currently in the middle of, things like that, and I'm super excited to see where the month of March goes. Super exciting reading month coming up. I hope you guys are ready for it. Plenty of reading vlogs are going to be coming your way. Thanks so much everybody for watching. I love y'all so much, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye guys.